Alright, so for this video, I'll be reviewing Shakira's new album, El Dorado. I wanted to make an English review for it first because I know most people are going to upload Spanish reviews of this because a lot of most of her fans are from the Spanish-speaking country. So I wanted to make a review in English because I will be able to explain some of the songs and what they mean in case you don't speak Spanish and you want to know what the songs are about. So yeah. So this is her 11th studio album. So I will talk about the songs, the concept of this, and just my overall thoughts and what I hope it's in the future or what improvements could have been made. So I'll just be looking at the track list and just making some commentary. So this has 13 songs, so there's no deluxe version of this. Obviously I would have gotten the deluxe version if there was one because, you know, more songs, the better. But this one's a shorter album because she released basically almost half of this album already. So the first track is Me Enamoré, and that one she just talks about the story of how she fell in love with Gerard, which is her the father of her children, and she's currently with him. She's not married yet, but she's basically married. But he did say that he was gonna marry her soon. So she just talks about, as you can, if you watch the video, she's with him. So if you don't know who he is, that's with him at the end. And as for the video, I like the simplicity of it. It's very I don't know, very realistic. She didn't need to make you know, an extravagant music video like Chantaje or her previous music videos, but I like the simplicity of it. And yeah, so she it's a kind of dancey song, and I like the fact that it's a meaningful song but also playful. So she just talks about how much she likes his eyes, his mouth, his beard. But you know, it can be a little bit silly, but you can see and feel how much she likes him and how excited she was when she was with him. And during the song, she basically says she couldn't stop dancing. Was so happy, and you know, I'm really glad that she found, you know, the love of her life. So then Nada, it turns from a dancing song to a ballad. So that one is, you know, a very classic ballad for her to do in Spanish. So I like that she went back to her roots. So a lot of older fans really enjoy that song. And in that one, she, you know, she's talking about, like, you don't need all this money to be happy. So, you know, yeah, that one's a ballad. So then Chantaje, which is kind of like the standout song for this album. It's so far as of now, it's the biggest hit out of the album. It's supposedly was a tease song for El Dorado, but you know, she made it an official lead single for the album because, you know, it gained so much success, and for a Spanish song, for it to, you know, go that viral and do that well, you know, it's very amazing that she's able to pull it off. Just having a song in Spanish is quite difficult. And then we got Despacito, which is Luis Fonsi's song, which is doing really well, but I'm really glad Chantaje, you know, got a lot of success. And she features Maluma, which is another Colombian artist. He's more on the urban scene, but I'll talk about him later on because she has another song with him. But this one, she just, if you don't know what the song's about, Chantaje means like blackmail. And, you know, they're both fighting, and she's playing hard to get, and he's kind of like a playboy. You know, so the verses are really intense. it's like they're talking, but to each other, and it's a sexy type of song. And then she switches to an English song now with When a Woman. This one is more on the pop rock side. I enjoy this one. It's a bit repetitive, but a good track to listen to. It has really good production, so I like that one. And then after that, it's Amarillo, which is it's yellow in Spanish. And in this song, I really, really like the song. I think this is one of the ones that I play the most in this album. It reminded me a bit of Taylor Swift's Red, where she compares colors to emotions. So Shakira does the same thing, but she's not copying Taylor, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of songs like this, comparing colors to emotion. And of course, yellow, you can connect yellow to kind of the feeling of happiness. And I just really like the lyrics in this song. I really like a lyric in this song that I like all the lyrics in the song, but there's a lyric in this that is so pretty, and she says, con tu sonrisa angelical llenas la habitación de luz. So with your angelic smile, you light up the room, the whole room. So it's a very, very cute song, and it's just a really beautiful song. And yeah, so she compares yellow, red, purple, a type of blue, gold. So it's a great track. I hope this becomes a single, but who knows. And then we go to the next track, which is Perro Fiel, which means faithful dog. And this one, out of the kind of urban tracks in this, it's probably my favorite. I like it more than Chantaje. And this features Nicky Jam, which is another urban reggaeton singer. And this one's kind of like Chantaje, but in this one she plays hard to get, and as well. And I really, really hope that I think this has the most potential to become a single, and I think it might surpass Chantaje if it's promoted well and she gets to promote it on shows and whatnot. But this one's probably one of my favorites as well. She's during the song, he tells her, hey, you can be with me, blah, blah, blah. I like you so much. And then she goes like, I'm afraid that I might like it because he might be like a bad guy for her. But he's like, no, I'm not. I'll stick around with you like a faithful dog until you accept me, I guess, and always be with her like a dog. And she then says like, well, I'm gonna go crazy. And then she talks about the things she wants in a guy. So she's saying, I'm not asking for the perfect guy, but I'm not asking the perfect guy. I just want the guy who can fix like lights, wash the car, be a prince in the street, but be like wild and dangerous, in bed. So, it's a bit sensual as well, but not extremely direct. And I really like that. I don't mind sexy songs from her, if it's done like in a, kind of like a quirky or fun way. And obviously this song is like really kind of sexy, but, it's not so blunt. So I don't necessarily enjoy that bluntness of, sexy songs like this, like that. So that's why I really enjoyed Perro Fiel, and I hope it does become a single, because I know that it will boost the sales for this a lot, because a lot of these were released before the whole album was released, so I don't know if that will affect the sales for it, for physical sales and just of the whole album. So yeah, I hope that this becomes a single so it can help the album, you know, gain some more momentum, because people might not buy it since they heard everything. And then she has another collaboration with Maluma with Trap, and this one's the one that probably the one I like the least because of what I mentioned before. Like, I'm not against sexual songs, but this one is extremely direct. You know, she's making moaning sounds and whatnot. This one's very, very commercial. So this probably might become a single. But I do admire that she, you know, so she's exploring the urban sound. So she has trap beats, and she also features a guitar. So that's really unique. That I really admire her for, you know, taking a risk. And this type of song, you know, it feeds to the crowd of people who listen to, you know, hip hop, rap, reggaeton, like that type of crowd. So I'm glad she took the risk. It's not my favorite thing she's ever done, but you know, somehow she manages to fit the genre very well. And yeah, this has another potential to become a very big hit as well. I hope she doesn't get a lot of backlash for how sexual it is, you know, because, you know, if it's a female singer, they get a lot of more backlash. And yeah, so this song is not entirely my favorite, but it invites other people to listen to her, so I don't have an issue with that. So people who like reggaeton are like, oh, this song is really good, I'm gonna check out more of her songs from Shakira, or listen or buy the entire album. So and then for Maluma, you know, he's a reggaeton artist, and there's a lyric in here that I want to explain. So for this one interesting thing that Maluma does, and I don't know if some of his fans have noticed, I think probably all of his fans, is that he makes connections with some of his other songs that he previously has released. And so it's kind of, he builds kind of like a story, and I don't know how Shakira fits into this story, but he put her in it. And then he says, right here, I'm pulling up the lyrics, so he says, y si firmo el contrato contigo quiero repetir. So this song is about them like basically having sex, and he says, if I sign the contract, we can do it again. And he has a song called Without Contract. So he basically saying, if, you know, if they both like it, he will, you know, be with her plenty of more times. So so, you know, he makes those really connections, and they talk about Nutella, and yeah, this one's very, very, very direct. So she's like, if you like it, do you like it? He wants me to do it in different ways, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so you get what that means. So then she switches to another collaboration with Black M, which is a French rapper. So this one's Comme Moi, and I really like this song. She sings the chorus in English, but yeah, this one's a catchy song. There's another version of this song, but in English. I would just have preferred for her to keep the French one, but it didn't get enough buzz in France anyway, so please check it out. It's a really decent song. I would have liked for her to, you know, sing in French, but, you know, yeah, she didn't do it. So yeah, check it out. She has a video for it, but it's not on her Vivo channel. It's under Black M's channel, so just type Comme Moi Black M and Shakira. And then she switches to Coconut Tree. When I first heard this one, I really didn't feel it. And then second, third listen, and then so on, I started really feeling it. This one's kind of a relaxing song. Yeah, so yeah, it's a decent song, but not like a highlight for me as of now. But I really enjoyed. The more I listen to it, the more I like it. So that's saying something. It's very chill vibe. Yeah. So then we have the La Bicicleta. So this is where we go and go back to the singles. So La Bicicleta means the bicycle, and then so if you don't know what this song means, again, I'll explain it. So if you're a fan of Shakira, or if you don't know, she's from the coastal region of Colombia. So she grew up in the beach and, under that culture of, very relaxed and whatnot. And in the video that she has with Carlos Vives, she goes and visits back her hometown, her school. She plays by the beach, and then she rides the bicycle. So it's a very calm lifestyle over there, because they live near the ocean, and those type of people are very bright. So it's really nice for her to just go back to her roots and make a reggaeton / vallenato pop song. Vallenato is a style of music from Colombia, and the king of vallenato, which is Carlos Vives, that was her first collaboration with a Colombian artist, and it was a big hit. I was in Colombia when this actually was released, and it played all the time. And in the song, she just talks about for her to go with him on a bicycle to explore that region of Colombia, and that if she ever takes Piqué, her boyfriend, to that part, he will not like to go back to Barcelona. And then there's another verse in this song that I really like that I wanted to talk about. I know it's an old song, but I know a lot of people don't know what it means. But yeah, so if you're wondering what we're doing, where Shakira grew up. And then Carlos Vives, which is the guy who's singing, he says, ella es la favorita, la que cantan las olas, se mueve su cadera como un barco en las olas, tiene los pies descalzos como un niño que adora, y su cabello largo que son un sol que te antoja. And this verse that he's singing about Shakira. So she's saying, when she sings, it's like the waves. When like she shakes her hips, it's like a ship going through the waves. And so she's barefoot like her son. Her hair is light like the sun. And she just talks about her dancing, and I really like that part, and she dances through it too. So he's basically describing Shakira, how she's so charming in that way. And yeah, I really like that verse in this song. And yes, it was a big hit. So that's this one's filled with big hit songs. And then we go to Deja Vu, which is another collaboration with Prince Royce. And I really like this one. This album is like a mix of everything. So I think it's bringing people to other like newer fans of that specific genre. So vallenato, and now we go straight to bachata, which is it just slows it down. One of my favorite songs in this. So in this one, she's like, it's called Deja Vu, and she's kind of, she talks about, let me pull up the lyrics because I can't remember right now. Deja Vu. So she has a duet with Prince Royce, who's a bachata singer, and it's like a relationship type of song. So, and the chorus, they say, it's like coming all back again. It's like a repeated story. It never reaches the end. It's better to be alone and forget your everything and even your eyes. So it's kind of like a little bit sad song, but it's really, really, really great song. So I really recommend listening to Deja Vu, because it charted well in the Spanish-speaking countries, but it didn't get the success Me Enamoré or even Chantaje in La Bicicleta, which are basically the massive hits of this album. And then we go back to Comme Moi, but the English version featuring Magic. So that one's just a translation of the song. Not really much there. I like it, but I would have liked another song. So and then Toneladas, another really nice ballad. The two ballads in this, which are Toneladas and Nada, are really, really nice. It goes back to her, songs that she always had in her albums. That she's just, ever since Pies Descalzos and Donde Están los Ladrones, those type of songs. And I'm really proud that she still has some ballads. She didn't make this completely dancey type of album, and it's like bringing all types of people different music, to making them listen to Shakira and those type of styles. So I really like the fact that she did that. And then now here, as overall, this is a good album. There's no bad tracks in this. I wouldn't say it's necessarily her best, but then again, this just came out. It might become like my ultimate favorite, but as of now, I would just recommend listening to Amarillo, Perro Fiel, and Nada. But overall, this is a great song. I didn't include the singles because obviously the singles are really good. But listen to those, since a lot of people forget that Shakira's other songs, but she's worth listening to. She has some really some good gems in that were never released as singles. And then as for singles, I really want Perro Fiel or Amarillo and one of the ballads to be released as singles. So I think that she should go with Perro Fiel as the next single to boost up the sales, get people interested, and then pick one of the two ballads and then finish with Amarillo. But I don't know. I don't know if her team is going to release more videos. I really hope that there's at least one more to help this album really succeed. But one thing I just was a little bit upset was the lack of newer songs. We did get La Bicicleta, Deja Vu, Comme Moi, Chantaje as singles before. So, she registered a lot of songs that she recorded. So I don't know if she's going to release another album very soon. I really hope, because she does this thing with releasing a album primarily in Spanish and then another album with more English songs. So I think she might release an album in a year or two with primarily English songs. And yeah, so this this was a decent album. It's like a big collaboration album. She has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, more than half of this album is collaboration. So I really hope that she gets to, making an album more by herself. I don't mind her collaborating with other artists, but I really want to hear her, on her own. And yeah, so please buy this album. If you can't buy it, then just try to stream it on Spotify, to help Shakira. And she's going on tour, so that's exciting. And hopefully she gets to release another album soon, because this one doesn't have a lot of newer songs, and she did record a lot more. But who knows what happened to those songs, because she's very on hand to whatever goes on with her music career. And hopefully this isn't the last album. She is getting a lot older, and she might want to settle down, and she made this album for the fans. You can tell this album was for the fans, and she was really happy to release it. So yeah, now I've been talking about this album for almost 30 minutes, so now I'm just rambling. So thank you guys for watching, and hopefully you can understand some of the songs a little bit better now if you don't speak Spanish. So, okay, bye.